Hi, this is Mighty Faith. Thank you for coming with me on my journey. Let me get my disclaimer out, okay? I am not a professional. I'm not a doctor. I'm not a dietitian. You're coming with me on my journey, and I want to say thank you so much for coming with me. I want to say thank you so much. Hi, Bobby. Hi, girls, my grandbabies, my daughters, my everyone. I love you all. God bless you, and may heaven smile upon each and every one of you. Um, I wanted to talk about you have to have a mindset. Um, and so I wanted to talk about that mindset, right? So, this mindset that I'm talking about, I had a situation that happened, and I'm just going to talk about it. Mind over matter, perhaps, is the best way to phrase it, right? So the situation I want to talk about is, so I was in my journey. I was grazing, and so when I was grazing, the way I was grazing, I found myself snacking in between, doing, stuff like that. And then I noticed that the scales started slowing down or becoming a hit, like a plateau, just not moving. And so I noticed that I started getting up real late at night, eating, hungry, really bad hunger pains. I've had a VSG done 2 years and 2 months to be precise. And so, um, actually 2 months and I mean 2 years and 3 months. I apologize. And so I've noticed that I was like hitting a plateau, wasn't moving, the scale wasn't doing nothing. And so I started just noticing a certain type of behavior. I started getting real late at night, hungry, just eating and stuff like that. And so I started reverting back to what my dietitian was telling me. She said that I need to start eating a meal, sit down and have a meal. And so I started doing that. I started incorporating a meal. I started incorporating measuring and doing what you got to do. I started noticing that you can stop up your progress, or you can hinder the progress by, making some shortcuts or trying to take a detour. And so I had to go back and start incorporating, sitting down, eating. And I started noticing that doing this, I woke up one night and I was starving. Mind you, I started incorporating, my meals. And I said to myself, I was like, I'm not going to eat. I said that before I went to bed. If I wake up hungry, I'm not. And mind over matter, I was like, no, I'm not eating, and that's it. Um, I thank God because I survived. And that's what I want to talk about, is that you have to make these decisions that are going to, are only good for you. And other people can't understand it, or family or loved ones. They just don't understand it because they're not in your situation, or they're not in this type of process. But I want to talk about that process. That process is, you have to have your mindset. Regardless, like if you go somewhere and everybody is having a big old fat burger, you cannot sit there and try to order the same thing. You know, and it's almost like tunnel vision. It's like you got to pretty much have tunnel vision. You have to know your boundaries. And having those type of boundaries do make you more effective and more. So you have to know what are your boundaries and your limits. And if you don't know it, then you're going to keep on being in error and trial. You're going to keep on error, making a mistake. And so you have to learn to do what works for you. You cannot base it on other people's their type of platform or their success or their. Everybody is different, and everybody walks the different types of walk of life. All of us come from a different type of walk of life. And so maybe you might not have a problem with sugar. Perhaps you might have a problem with carbs, or you might have something else you're dealing with. It could be something in your childhood. It could be, but it might not be what I'm dealing with. So you can't categorize those areas. You can only work out the areas that you have to learn to deal with. And so I want to encourage you in that, because sometimes we think that it might be, oh, you can say, you know what? The problem is this. This is my problem, no matter what, any shadow of a doubt. But really, it's this. It's not this. It's this. And so you had to soul search yourself and start examining those things and researching, just like you do a research paper. You had to do a research on yourself. And you had to ask yourself, and that's what I started doing. I was like, I don't need that. I don't need to eat that. I don't need that. I don't need to do that. I don't need to, eat fireballs, or candy. I don't need to have that donut. I don't really need that. Why do I want it? Food is to be used for fuel. And it's like we've become a society where we've become so vastly into everything. You see how they make food look so glamorous, so this, it's like you got these pictures and they make it look so, they amp it up and everything. And it's like, and then when they serve you, it's like these lumberjack plates. It's like, oh my God. But it's like, why do I want to eat a slice of pizza? Why do I, I'm learning. I had to start self-examining myself. No, I want to go to McDonald's, but why do I want to go to McDonald's? It's, why do I want to go eat some grease? Why do I want to eat fried foods? Or why do I? So those are the things. Am I saying no? Every one of us is different. But it's the choices that we make. We have to make them ourselves. And I was like, why do I want candy? Why do I want to do this? Why? And I started learning that I have to start realizing I have to self-examine myself and use this tool. So in order for me to be successful, I'm only as successful as I am honest to myself and making those right choices. You have to be honest with yourself. And so I want to encourage you with that. And everything you do, you have to self-examine and realize why it's not this. It's this. And, we have to be honest with ourselves. We sit up there blaming everyone under the sun Well, you know what? I want this, I want that. But, you know, you have to make the right choices and the right decisions, and nobody's going to sit there and cheer you on and hold you by the hand. You had to hold your own hand. You had to encourage yourself. You had to cheer yourself. And you can't base your progress and your success upon everybody else's success. You have to do this for yourself. You have to realize that you can do this, but you have to be honest with yourself. You have to learn to encourage yourself. You have to learn to build yourself up. You have to learn to love you. If you learn these things, you can be as successful as you can in anything you put your mind to it. It's us. It's me. It's nobody else. It's me. And that's one thing I want to encourage you. You have to be true to yourself. You can't be true to anybody else until you learn to master that, to be true to yourself. You have to learn that. You have to find yourself. Do you? Do you? Stop worrying about this and that and this and that and this and that. Focus on your tools. Focus on your pelch. Your focus on yourself, and you can do this, but you have to make up in your mind what you want. You can do this. You have to do it. Nobody can do it for you. I'm sorry. And I had to learn that. I had to really learn this. That it's not anybody, it's me. I'm working on me. I'm trying to find me. I'm trying to work on myself, and that's what I've been working on. So this is Mighty Faith. Thank you for coming with me. Thank you so much. I know you can do it. You can do it. You just got to have your mind made up and believe in you. Okay? Thank you for coming. God bless you and be blessed. Ciao. Beso. Ciao.